My name is Matt Brown. I've pretty much been coming to Silverwave since it started, and I always love it. There's a lot of really good films, and I guess I'm looking forward to the screening and seeing what they have.
Awesome.
I really actually enjoy the most coming up with the ideas, and that kind of gets me in trouble because I like to think about it a lot, and it kind of inhibits the actual getting in and making the film. Mm-hmm. So that would be my favorite part, just coming up with the ideas, talking about it with other people. But after that, it would be definitely the editing, because by that point you already have everything built up, and at that point you're just kind of playing around and molding it, I guess, to what you, hopefully it's close to what you originally envisioned.
Awesome. How many years have you been involved with Silverwave?
I did my first film when I was 21, I think. So, and I'm going to turn 32 in January, so it's been close to 10 years now since the first one.
Awesome.
There's been kind of there's kind of a big gap between my last one and these two. The last one that I had put in Silverwave would have been in 2006.
Okay.
So there's a bit of a gap, and I guess I was kind of nervous for that reason, because it's been so long. But yeah.
What were you doing during the gap?
I tried to develop a television show for a while. We did about 6 episodes. There was an actor that I was working with, and he actually works out of Toronto, and we were sending scripts back and forth. And we pitched that to CBC, and he actually went on there was a show called, I don't remember the name of it. It was, let's get back to that. But he was actually in an Adam McGowan movie. His name is David Alfie, and so I thought, this is going to get a shot. This guy's got kind of a name and stuff. And we get along really well writing the sketches back and forth. So I developed that for a while. I was working in theater for a bit, and then I decided I wanted to try to get in the Canadian Film Centre. So I applied there. I didn't get in, so I went to the MB Craft School to study photography. So I'd always kind of done my own cinematography and stuff, but just with a fixed lens, so I wasn't changing the lenses or anything like that. So I decided I'd go and try to learn about photography in the interim, and that's how this whole farm project came out. Because I knew I wanted to do a story about farms, but I was kind of coming up with this whole fictional storyline. There was this girl with this perfect memory and all this crazy sort of fantasy storyline, and then people were like, well, maybe you should just stick closer to home and just tell the story of your farm, because my parents are retired now, and we have to do something with the farm. So that was kind of, I guess, more interesting for people to find out, my experience growing up on the farm. So I try to tackle it from that vantage point now.
Awesome.
Yeah, my parents had a bluegrass band, and I guess growing up, it's funny, me and my brother and sister always hated bluegrass, because every night at supper, my dad would throw in a Bill Monroe CD or some bluegrass, and at the time, we were into really horrible pop type music. Even in high school, don't really have good music taste, and so I absolutely hated it. But over the years, I started to, I guess, listen to it a little bit more, and I started to actually appreciate it, and kind of the roots that it comes from and stuff like that. So when I was developing this project, and as soon as people started steering me towards doing kind of more my own experience growing up on the farm, I thought, I've got to try to use my parents' music in it, because they were always playing, they were always rehearsing and stuff like that. So I started listening to it a little bit more, and I started to kind of gain an appreciation for it. And the more people that actually listen to it, people really like my mom's voice and their sound. And I thought at one point, maybe it's a little, because sometimes they got the recording, I think it was like the pastor of the church or something, did the recording of it. And sometimes to me when I'm listening, it's not as polished as like a professional sort of CD that you might hear or something like that. And the more I talked to people, they said that's actually interesting though, because it's authentic, that it's not polished. So now I definitely think it's a great kind of direction to take.